That means that you're probably able to shoot about 1 or 2 hour firefight. And how could we defeat an army?
He heard about a scheme to give scholarships to American universities and applied.
Yeah, actually, I fill out the scholarship application while sitting on top of the trench line.
From the trenches to tutorials, the extraordinary journey of Minzo after this.
Hello, I'm Debbie Russ with the BBC News. The Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov says Moscow will ignore a British ultimatum to explain by midnight how a former Russian double agent came to be attacked in England with a Soviet-era nerve agent. London says a Russian toxin called Novichok has left the former spy Sergei Skripal and his daughter critically ill and a police officer seriously ill. Mr. Lavrov said Moscow was ready to cooperate, but Britain had not let its experts examine the chemical.
Russia is not guilty. Russia is ready to cooperate in line with the Organization for the Prohibition of Chemical Weapons Convention if the United Kingdom gets round to fulfilling its international legal obligations in line with the treaty.
Russia has summoned the British ambassador. The Organisation for the Prohibition of Chemical Weapons, which oversaw the destruction of Russia's stockpile, called the attack extremely worrying. Britain's Foreign Minister Boris Johnson has criticised Russia's alleged use of chemical weapons and said he welcomes support from the UK's allies, including by the US Secretary of State in the aftermath of the poisoning.
Rex Tillerson made it absolutely clear that he sees this as part of a pattern of disruptive behaviour maligned by Russia. The reckless use of chemical weapons, the support for the reckless use of chemical weapons that stretches from Syria now to the streets of Mosul. And I've been encouraged by the willingness of our friends to show support solidarity.
The Turkish armed forces say they've gained ground in fighting around the Kurdish-held town of Afrin in northern Syria. An army statement said areas of critical importance had been captured. Kurdish sources said all roads into the town were now being targeted by Turkish shell fire. Turkey regards the Kurdish fighters just over its border in the Afrin region as terrorists. Its offensive has been aimed at driving them away from the frontier. The Palestinian Prime Minister Rami Hamdallah has escaped unharmed after an explosion hit his convoy as it entered the Gaza Strip. Vehicles were damaged and several people are reported to have been injured. In a statement, the Palestinian Authority said it held Hamas, which controls Gaza, responsible for the attack, but stopped short of blaming it directly for carrying out the assault. Here's the BBC's Yolande Nell.
Witnesses that the BBC has spoken to at the Erez crossing said that it was a passenger on a motorbike who threw an explosive device at the Prime Minister's convoy, the cars close to the end of it. This was just after it crossed from Israel into Gaza at the crossing point, which is now under the control of Palestinian Authority security guards. And a few hundred meters down the road in a Hamas-controlled area, that's where there was this small explosion. We're hearing that 7 people were slightly injured.
This is the World News from the BBC. The Iraqi government has lifted its ban on international flights to airports in the country's northern Kurdistan region. The blockade was imposed last September after the Kurds went ahead with a highly controversial